Since we are unsure if we will be able to end service together in person, we're going to take a few minutes to go over the 7th grade curriculum outline for the next school year and explain what decisions were made and why. First, our 7th grade curriculum team that was put together was Ashley Adams from Moss Bluff Middle, a 7th grade math teacher, Sonia Ross from Molo Middle. Joyce is our Agile Mind consultant. We spent one day 8 to 3 literally on the conference call with her putting this together, and Miss Little. So we're going to look at the intent and usage and purpose behind this outline that was created for this next school year. The purpose is to embed necessary remediation into the 7th grade Agile Mind curriculum that we've already been using. So then we looked at what 7th grade math standards were vital for students in their mathematical future. We noticed that the first several topics in Agile Mind to be essential, then most of the other topics could be consolidated dramatically and taught at a much faster pace. So we wanted to really focus on the first few topics in Agile Mind. We spent some time discussing when remediation should be done and most beneficial for the students. So with the help of Miss Joyce from Agile Minds, we decided instead of taking too much time away from the 7th grade instruction at the beginning of the year, we would remediate prior to each lesson. Remediation is taking a big chunk of this time, but will allow future topics to move at a faster pace. We also discussed that this method of remediation would work well with a hybrid school day if that is how we will have to go back to school, because remediation practice can be conducted easily at the home and parents are more comfortable helping their kids with procedural type skills like that instead of work from Agile Minds possibly. So with this remediation work done and embedded already, it's going to allow our SPED and RTI teachers to know what topic they can be focusing on. We feel like this has been a missing piece for quite some time and been needing, but now it's already embedded into the outline. So our SPED and RTI teachers will be able to reinforce those skills as well. So next we're going to look at the usage. We created 2 versions, outlined by the 9 weeks and an outline by topic. The reason being is we went, if we went straight hybrid or straight virtual, the parish wanted one common document created and formatted all the same among all subject areas, so parents could access these documents and understand them and not have to look at several different type documents for each child. That format that was decided on was the outline by 9 weeks, so we had to put it together by 9 weeks. However, we knew most teachers preferred seeing outlines by topics, so we went ahead and put together an outlines by topics. Both have all the same characteristics. They have columns broken into teacher instruction, independent learning, and assessments. They both have teacher notes, which could easily be deleted to send home a version to parents. There are also hyperlinks on both versions to remediation worksheets that we've already found and remediation videos. We have found all remediation worksheets necessary for the first 9 weeks. However, we did not include all remediation videos at this time. When selecting a remediation video, make sure they stay pretty short and only address topics that you're wanting them to focus on. Okay, So we did find some and link some YouTube videos to our documents just so you know what they could look like for you to send out to parents and teachers, but we have not at this time linked all of them. We don't know if that will be done at one time or another, but possibly. These outlines can be adapted to any scenario we may encounter for the next school year. Even if we go back normal, we'll need to follow this outline so we can still focus on remediation. A normal school day would just allow the lessons to be taught at a slower pace and allow more time for student discourse. Whereas if we went back hybrid or straight virtual. So this document is pretty much for any scenario we encounter this next school year. So now I'm going to take some time and kind of walk you through the folders you will see and the documents. So you're most likely going to see a folder that looks like this. Obviously, you would click on Agile Mind 7th grade, and you will notice it's broken into outlines by 9 weeks, outlines by topic, remediation. This is all the documents that are found for the remediation topics that are to be covered, and we have linked them in here. The T and B, that's like topic 1, block 1, so this goes along with topic 1, block 1, remediation necessary, and so on. So that is the remediation folder. You have resources folder. This is a few resources we thought necessary, and we have hyperlinked them also into the document where they may be needed. Okay, so first I will show you the outline by 9 weeks document. We only have the first 9 weeks done at this time. And the document looks like this. This is the teacher note document. Of course, all you would have to do to make a version for your parents is delete all the red writing in this document. You have your standards, objectives for each topic that is taught, your vocabulary, and then here is the heart of your document. We're expected the first week of school to be LEAP 360 diagnostic test, but since we did not have a LEAP test to know where these kids are at, we will need to diagnostic test this year. And then you notice it is even broken down into the days. So teacher instruction, this is what's going to be at school, independent learning at home, assessments at school. So day 1 at school, this is if we are hybrid. This may be a Monday, Wednesday for a kid, and then a Tuesday, Thursday for a kid. And there was still talk, we're not official. We don't know if Friday would be straight virtual for everybody, or some kids come on Fridays. So the Fridays, day 3 is the same on both columns, because we still don't know how they would conduct Friday if we go back hybrid situation. So Fridays is always doubled. Notice the blue links here. To click a link, the Find GCF will link you directly to the worksheet needed by just clicking Control and then those words. The refresher video was already hyperlinked to a YouTube video that we found that would cover this. So you control and click that. And notice the red is all teacher notes. I wanted to scroll down to topic 1 assessment. We decided to edit this assessment and not use the topic 1 assessment that is normally given. We want to use My Agile Assessments, and we wanted to use these questions instead because we felt like the topic 1 test was not allowing students to be successful at that time, and we don't want to start off the year with them feeling unsuccessful. So we found some better questions to kind of suit our topic 1, and those are the questions that the parish has selected. So this is, again, an outline by the first 9 weeks, goes through the whole 9 weeks as far as that. Okay, next we'll look at outlines by topics. This is our typical Agile Mind layout. You have your standards, your objectives, vocabulary, same columns as before. So the days, the teacher instruction would be one of those days if it would be a hybrid scenario, and the other day for a student that would be at home that day would follow this independent column. So the 24th they may be at school and they would do this section, then the 25th they would do this section. Then another group may be the 25th, this section, the 24th they were working on this section. And then there's a column of teacher notes that could easily be taken out if you wanted to send this version of the document home. And that this version is also hyperlinked as well. Okay. Go back to my slides. So now we're going to look at some decisions that had to be made. It does not seem so great on paper that we only have 2 topics covered in the first 9 weeks, as opposed to normally having about 3.5. But we embedded so much remediation that's going to be so powerful for student success in the future. We did skip a few lessons that we felt did not follow the Louisiana standards and wasn't really crucial for mastering them. Some lessons that seemed like they could easily be skipped, we left in there because it allowed student discourse that can be so powerful for students. And I talked to y'all about the topic test, how we changed a few of them. Each of the tests, we looked at and analyzed every question, and we edited them as needed. So we listed the question numbers that probably should be used for that particular topic assessment. We really just did not like the wording of topic 1 assessment, and we want kids to be successful in that. I did not scroll to the very bottom of those outlines and show you, but every day after a topic assessment, we embedded a test correction day, and we felt that was necessary for students. And these days are not intended for a teacher just to be reviewing the test questions up in front of the class. We want students to spend time on error analysis using the linked document. So there's a document, let me bring that up. So it's linked on your outlines, but it's also located in resources. There is a test correction document that we would want kids to look at online at their test and see what questions they missed. They would be able to do that when your test is closed. And then they could fill out this document by correcting the mistakes they had. And we thought it was really powerful that sometimes kids can find they made a careless mistake, or it could have been a computational error, or they just completely conceptually just didn't understand it at that time. So they're having to establish what they did, create the new work and have a new answer for that. So we thought that it's extremely powerful time, and time that a lot of teachers don't spend on seeing what they did wrong. Kids can't fix what they don't know they did wrong. And if we're not going over those tests and allowing them to practice on their errors, it's never going to be beneficial for them. So that's some of the decisions that were made that we went through. We know you may have some questions, so if you do have any questions, you can either email either of us, and we'd be happy to answer what you have, walk you through anything. So don't hesitate to do so, and thanks for listening, and hope you have a wonderful school year.